Operation Cinder was Palpatine's contingency plan upon his death, where he ordered the remnants of the Empire to move to make one final scathing blow against the New Republic, before its final defeat. The plan was to rend certain worlds that Palpatine had labelled as high importance absolutely uninhabitable through the use of orbital satellites. These satellites would disrupt weather patterns and essentially cause a flurry of natural disasters, more or less destroying the planet and killing all of those inhabitants. However, upon the Battle of Naboo, these satellites were destroyed and Operation Cinder was largely halted. But what was the purpose of this operation, and what would have happened if it had succeeded? Now, we do know that as all of this was happening, certain members of Imperial High Command were being ordered to rendezvous in the unknown regions to begin construction on the First Order, which of course had the intention to retake the galaxy. So, destroying planets of the galaxy that you do intend to come back and reclaim may seem a bit odd, especially considering majority of the worlds being targeted were in fact Imperial loyalist worlds, such as Vardo and Naboo, Palpatine's own homeworld. It's my belief that these worlds were chosen not simply out of Palpatine's own bitterness, that if he had died, then they didn't deserve to live, which was the reason he gave most of the Imperial commanders. However, I'm pretty sure that this will have definitely played into it to some extent. I believe that there is a far more tactical reason. For one, I believe Palpatine refused to accept the idea that Imperials could be assimilated into the New Republic. When the New Republic inevitably took power, they would control these worlds, and therefore the people would become New Republic citizens. However, this was unacceptable. Having die-hard Imperial loyalists join the New Republic proves Palpatine's empire wrong. It makes it look unneeded. Having Imperial loyalists now serving the New Republic would exist in contrary to the Empire's entire point of Palpatine's autocracy. So he would rather have them die as martyrs to his cause, even if they didn't want to. It essentially means that Imperials cannot exist under New Republic laws. It is completely unacceptable. As well as this, assuming that Palpatine's plan works and many more worlds are wiped out, the New Republic is going to look incredibly weak. These are the early days for this government, and having an enemy kill countless people and condemn entire worlds and cultures is just not going to be a good look. Remember, the New Republic is a democracy, and without the backing of the people and other worlds, they're powerless. And I've got to say, a lot of worlds who are now rid of Imperial control are now not going to be interested in joining this new conglomerate of planets and systems, simply citing the New Republic's failings to stop the Empire. Not only this, but arguably since Palpatine chose to target Imperial worlds, I'm sure this would possibly play into account. Why did the New Republic fail to save the countless civilians on these worlds? Sure, yeah, they could destroy the Death Star, but not these satellites. They could beat the Empire when it was all-powerful, but not now that it's just a group of remnants. Was there something more at work here? Was the New Republic perhaps holding back when dealing with these matters, allowing the Empire to destroy the Imperial loyalists' worlds? Because why should they help them? Why would they help those who'd condemned them? Was this all just wiping the slate clean? So ultimately, I see a New Republic that would be far more fractured and far less united. Power would probably be consolidated amongst many other factions and not primarily behind Mon Mothma's pro-democracy and unity-loving one. We'd be looking at other factions, more autocratic ones, more secessionist, separatist ones, all also managing to gain a lot more power than they did in our timeline. Finally, I want to talk about the possibility that this could all be part of more of a menacing plan. What if Palpatine was planning on denying responsibility for this when he returned? What if he claimed Operation Cinder was a false flag operation by the rebellion to not only spread hatred by the Empire, but, as I said, to wipe the slate clean of more Imperial loyalists? I mean, the rebellion had captured Star Destroyers, armor, and other ships. They would easily be able to impersonate the Imperials. We know that Palpatine is a master of manipulation and trickery. That's how he took power in the first place, by framing the Jedi. If he was to return and blame the New Republic for a successful Operation Cinder, for butchering citizens who didn't follow their beliefs, ex-Imperials, then I think that there would still be quite a few people out there who would believe it. As we've said, The Imperials killing their own people and destroying their own worlds, it seems incredibly stupid, and that's because from an outside perspective, without all of the context, it is. And I mean, realistically, the Rebellion and the New Republic definitely would have had, arguably, a vested interest in having the people of these worlds out of the picture. Ultimately, I believe that if Operation Cinder was a success, it would have been a massive victory for the Empire/First/Final Order. Simply put, the New Republic would struggle to cement its power, and it would likely be unable to push its ideals for long before its failings during its conception broke it apart. Even in our own timeline, succession movements were a problem. Simply put, not many people wanted to be part of this massive government. And if Operation Cinder was a success, then that's just going to add more fuel to the fire for all of these. And even if the New Republic did still manage to cement its power and did still manage to ensure democracy all across the galaxy, a successful Operation Cinder could still be a very powerful tool for Palpatine and his Sith Eternal cult to use to their advantage. Generally speaking, there was probably a very big sentiment in the galaxy at this point not to trust governments. And after living under the Empire, it's pretty easy to see why. So ultimately, we're looking at a far weaker galaxy, a far weaker Republic, and when Palpatine did eventually decide to come back with his First/Final Order, I honestly believe he probably would have wiped them out. All of those ships we saw coming back at the Battle of Exegol wouldn't have been there. Because why would they support the New Republic and the ideals that had failed them so many times before? But what do you guys think? Is this accurate? Why did Palpatine use Operation Cinder on Imperial worlds? And do you think that if it was successful, it could have defeated the New Republic in the long run? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this rethink. If so, please remember to like, share, and sub, as it is really, really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLawGuy and tick the bell to get regular updates. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you're all having a great festive season. Hope you're all staying safe, and I'll see you next time.